What is up, everybody? It is another beautiful Sunday morning. You are listening to the Super Gamecast. I am your host, Bronson Fiore, joined by the always awesome Aaron Reynolds.
I'm joining. I'm here.
You
Ah,
are, we are Legion.
the two of us,
Uh,
the three of us.
yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
and then we have our mod mommy, wielder of the banhammer, and apparently an X-Man, Emily
Right?
Hulslander.
I mean, I was always a mutant for the longest time. I was just trying to figure out which one.
That's
Did you
fair.
figure it out?
I'm Wolverine,
Oh, hell yeah.
Good call.
Good,
Yep,
which
my
good choice.
canonically it makes sense because Wolverine is like 5'2". Hi, thank
Also
you.
Canadian?
also Canadian. Yeah,
Um, he is Canadian,
yeah.
and I'm part Canadian, so still
See?
works.
All
See?
right. It is unfortunate that my favorite character to play from the X-Men side of Marvel vs. Capcom and Street Fighter vs. X-Men has been goddamn Cyclops. Uh,
What
Mm,
the fuck, dude?
I'm
yeah,
not
I
the
get it.
biggest. He's good. He's super
He's good.
fun.
I mean, fair,
It's just
but
like,
still, what the fuck,
just
dude?
you can just zone people out forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just aerial beam, forward beam, low beam. You know, just
Beams in a game like that, just, you need it.
it's just like, you whiffed, giant laser beam.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um, yeah. So, hey, it's been another week. I had a busy week at work and busy week at home. Finally
All right.
got the office is a step closer to being done. It
Yeah.
is. It is the sound bar, the TV have been acquired. Now it's just art and a little bit of cleanup, and it's golden. It's good.
All
Uh,
right.
yeah.
Fantastic.
But that brings
Hell
my
yeah.
that brings me to my next point. I was talking with Ninja about this. This TV has ruined me for like almost every other screen I own. Like
That's so.
it is so I cannot explain to you how good a C4 OLED looks after you calibrate it. It is
C4 OLED?
yes, so that's the name of the model. It's the
Oh, okay.
so LG has this is their model structure. They have the G, the C, and the B. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
why they went that route, but okay. Anyway, the G is like their mega flagship, but it's stupid expensive. Like a 55 inch is like $2,500. And it's
Okay.
the one with all the
Wow.
bleeding edge tech. And the step down from that, their like upper mid tier model is the C, which I got the C4, so that's their current year, and that's the model. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I dude, it's so just like my girlfriend, who is someone who does not like really see too much of a difference in screen quality. Like she's not a
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
stickler for that kind of shit. Even she was like, "This is like the best clarity I've ever seen on a goddamn screen,
Oh,
and the
yeah.
color and like the brightness, like it's crazy." Um,
I
but
think this is
yeah,
something that we saw back in that one CES we went to. Um, just you would go around and see all these gigantic screens, but it was back then where like the price for for that kind of technology was nuts,
yeah.
and
I
now we're
Hmm.
remember.
finally getting there.
I remember when we went to CES, like a 55-inch OLED was like 8 grand,
Yep.
versus this was $1,300.
How big is this?
Damn.
55 inches.
Jesus. Okay.
The O
Yeah.
the OLED be pricey. That is even now, like, but uh, the thing is like it was only $200 more than the high-end Sony I got 4 years ago.
Right. Right.
10 inches smaller,
Bullshit.
An
mind
easy
you.
justification for you.
10 inches smaller, but
Right. Right. But
but
still, for 10 inches smaller for the OLED.
yeah, like that was a amazing trade-off, and the response time is like fucking perfect. I actually
Beautiful.
I actually, when playing Halo in game mode, had to get used to not having like any delay at all. Like
Oh wow,
the delay is like as good as like high-end computer monitors. It,
man.
it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. This is the second most I've ever been impressed by a screen upgrade. The most is when I went from standard def to HD. That's, you're never
Right.
gonna top that jump. But like otherwise,
Nope.
yeah, dude. Yeah, no.
I'm happy for you. That's great.
Yeah, man. Definitely anyone who has the money and is in the market for a new TV for gaming or just a really fucking big computer monitor because they go all the way down to 42 inches. Um, like
I'm doing some
highly,
shopping over here.
highly recommend. I think the computer monitor is like $800. Yeah.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
ta- but I was
Yeah.
talking with Ninja about it. He's like, yeah, dude, I can't go back because he has the Samsung OLED, that ultra wide, like I think it's
Yeah.
like 4.5K display, the fucking weird thing. Um, and the thing is like that is in line with the pricing though, because like that monitor is $900.
Right. Yep.
Um, I remember I was talking with David when he was monitor shopping recently. He's how much are OLED monitors? Like 27-inch, it's like $600. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like the tech for it is just really goddamn expensive. And
Yep.
that's. But yeah, also got a sound bar to go with it.
Yes, sound bars are good.
Yeah, because TV audio, even on a good TV like this, is kind of poo poo. It's
Sure.
Wah,
bad.
wah, wah.
It's not good. It's not good. Um, so I basically just got the sound bar that I currently have, but the current model of it, and man, Vizio has made strides. Big
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
strides. Like
Nice.
the satellites, you can actually hear them for more than just highs. That's
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Really?
They technically added Atmos support, but it's not real. Like
Cool.
it's like halfway there. It's like halfway there.
I mean,
Um,
I guess it's something, right?
well, there are high. Here's the thing. This thing was $400
Yeah.
for. I knew that it wasn't gonna be able to do real Atmos because the real Atmos sound bars are like $1,500 fucking dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew what I was buying,
Yeah.
but it's a step in the right direction. It's better than standard surround sound because it also fires up, at least, and tries to reflect shit.
Okay.
Um, and otherwise, the audio quality is amazing. Like it's super good. I've been wild like in Halo. Like I could hear like shells dropping from my gun after I fire it and shit. It's wild, you know.
That's cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely had to go into the settings and tweak it so there wouldn't be delay with like games and whatnot. But yeah, um, wildly impressed by this upgrade
Fantastic.
and purchase for the office. Because it's like needed a second setup, might as well go big.
Right?
You
Yeah.
know.
Might as well. You can.
Um, yeah, and I'm excited for the PS5 Pro. That's the other like
Right.
because I also realized while doing this is like, oh yeah, most of the games I own are on PlayStation.
Yep.
So
And it's gonna be that way for the foreseeable future.
yeah, so it's yeah, because I was like, I like loaded up my Xbox and I was like, okay, I can play games that are on Game Pass. What's something I'm in the mood to play? And I was like, oh, I bought Marvel on the PC.
Mm-hmm.
Astrobot is only on the PlayStation. Silent Hill
Yep.
is also only on the PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon's Dogma, I bought it on the PlayStation.
Yep.
I bought
You know
Dragon
what?
Ball on the
Fuck it.
PlayStation. So, so it's like everything I have that's like recent except college football is on the fucking PlayStation. So I was just like,
It's what it is,
It is
man.
what it
and,
is, my
and I'm not
dudes.
and I'm not gonna move it in here for 3 weeks. Like I was just like, fuck it, I'll just wait.
Right.
But what I have done though is I did play some of that college football on it, and man, that pops.
I
Watched
bet.
watched some Across the Spider Verse. That was also sick.
Cool. Oh yeah, that would
D-
be a great movie to
yeah,
watch
if
that on.
let me tell you, if you want to test out a new TV, man, Across the Spider-Verse and like anything that's 3D animated because it scales really well
That's where it's at.
and it makes colors pop. Yeah, like I booted up Kung Fu Panda last night. It looked amazing.
Damn.
And
Also, Kung Fu Panda is just a damn good movie.
it is.
Uh,
Really is.
I love Poe. Yeah,
Who doesn't? Who doesn't love Poe?
yeah.
Monsters,
Yes, exactly.
Godless heathens.
heathens.
Who doesn't love Poe? Godless monsters. Great podcast title. Uh,
Yeah.
anyway, uh,
Anyway,
hey, that's been, and then birthday happened. Me and Steph got steak on Friday, and
nice.
then Phoebe and I played Silent Hill 2, and
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
then Saturday Phoebe and I got cheesecake and watched a whole bunch of America's Games episodes, like that NFL
Okay.
Network series. Dude, that series is so
Oh
good.
yeah.
It
Like,
is good. It's a very interesting choice. That's
I,
fine.
I yeah. And then we did Halo Night, and that was fun as hell.
Yeah.
You know,
Do we want to talk about that, or do we want to save that for later?
we can do that now.
Man, Halo Infinite. You've been around for a while. You're
Can we?
like, I don't know, man. They got some problems.
It feels like they just kind of like are doing minimal support on it because it is still
Yeah.
like popular enough and makes money. But like the fact that we had to have like this whole conversation of everyone who had an Xbox was playing on the Xbox because the PC versions were breaking or
Yep.
causing authorization with the anti-cheat issues, and I had to be like,
Jesus
we
Christ.
would get this error that's like easy anti-cheat, someone isn't connecting to the server, so all right, it's one of the PC players. PC players, can you please leave the party one at a time so we can figure out which of you did it? Uh,
Why is it so hard to play my first party Microsoft video game on my Microsoft machine? I don't.
uh,
This and another news story, just like, okay, maybe console gaming. I don't know. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, like let me tell you, I've been kind of banging that drum over the past year, where I'm just like, after I got in a job that involves a lot of technology, a lot of fixing technology, like I've been kind of banging that drum of like, man, consoles are sick. Consoles
Which,
are
like,
dope as hell.
yeah, I don't want to get too much into this because we're gonna dive deep in on the actual news story itself,
Mm.
probably. But like, when I made the commitment to PC, I assumed they wanted me to play their games. That was my assumption. If we can't even do that, then I don't know what we're doing.
I'm very curious to see. So Call of Duty is out in like 3 weeks, and
Hmm.
eventually, like late November, we're gonna get a Call of Duty night together, and I'm very curious to see how it's gonna go for the people playing it on the computer.
Do I even try? Do I even bother?
No, I'm gonna try early in the week because it just makes it easier to stream.
Yeah,
But like
I gotta install the Halo game since I can't play them. So that'll
I
be
mean
another
that's
pain.
Yeah,
I was able
unfortunately.
to play Master Chief Collection fine. That worked fine on my computer.
Well, that's nice. No, Easy
Uh,
Anti-Cheat has been the bane of my existence with those two games.
it's been the bane of my existence with the fucking Steam Deck because the Steam Deck doesn't support Linux. So like, but like sometimes it does. So like, I'll boot up like Dragon Ball Fighters, which runs on Easy Anti-Cheat. No, fuck off! You can't play this on deck. But then I'll boot up fucking Halo and it'll work fine. I'm like, why? Okay, sure.
Who
You know.
knows?
Which does bring us to the next news story, and oh my god. Okay, so the 50 series is being worked on, and a very notable leaker and YouTube channel, Moore's Law is Dead, which great name for a computer YouTube channel, A plus.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Um, has some prices for that Nvidia is considering for the 5000 series. So if you
Mm-hmm.
want a 5090, the best of the best, it's gonna have 32 gigs of VRAM to start. That's insane.
Okay. Yeah.
$2,000 to $2,500.
Mm-hmm.
If you want
Yep.
if you want a 5080, which is where we normally shop around, $1,200 to $1,500, baby. For
Fuck
on,
Nope.
for
that.
for
Nope.
only
Fuck that.
16 gigs of VRAM too.
Mm-hmm.
Only 16. Fuck that. Fuck
That's
that.
like mega embarrassing considering there are AMD cards that are like the 7900 XTX has 16. No, it has
Right.
24. But anyway, and then the 5070, which I want to bring this up. The 70 series was used to be the sweet spot for price to performance, and it
Mm.
used to be like this is where you go if you want to spend a moderate amount of money to get good performance. Like it was kind of the perfect price to performance ratio. $600 to $700 and 12 gigs of VRAM.
Sorry, what?
Fuck, dude.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
That means so I'm planning to do a
What?
build. I'm planning to do a build at the end of next year. A 5080 is a third of my budget. Over a third,
Nope.
almost half.
Nope. I got to figure out how to make this console last for the rest of the decade. Is all I hear.
Right?
Uh,
Because
uh,
fuck spending a grand
man,
plus.
like, okay, with the 4000 series, I accept it. Okay, $1,000 is now the baseline for a high-end card. That sucks. It sucks real bad. The 4080 is $1,000, or it's actually lower now. The 4080 Super is $1,000, but either way, the 4080 is $1,000. I ate that fucking pill and I just accept it because people fucked us over because they bought graphics cards during COVID.
Yep.
Seriously.
So, but
Scalpers.
$1,200 fucking dollars.
Nope.
So
It's not happening.
they're planning to launch in 2025, and they compared the 5070 to the 4070 Ti in raster, what was better in ray tracing, and this is to be stressed. Their plans have changed multiple times this year, and it could change again. But as of today, when this went live, which was Thursday, like the news story went live,
Yeah.
they are this is the prices, and this is what they are telling partners, and this is what they're telling like the people who make the cards, MSI, Gigabyte, PNG, those people, or PNY.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, fucking
Yep.
hell, man.
Nope. Done.
Uh,
Mm-mm.
yeah, this is, man. There was like a beautiful point from like 2016 to pre-COVID where the like a gaming PC was exceptionally affordable. Like
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I built Nefarian, my last high-end gaming rig, or my gaming high-end gaming rig before this one, for $1,600.
Mm-hmm.
I priced out what that would be today out of curiosity, like the equivalent, and it
Just
was
for
like,
funsies?
yeah, it was, it's just a fun little like haha. Or if I were to do that build that I'm thinking of like today, because Anthony's doing a build, I was like, well, let's say if I were to jump my plans ahead a year, can't really afford to do that because of other shit that I've purchased and whatnot. But let's say pretend, and yeah, it was like $2,800.
Yeah.
So no, that's where it's at. Like that is, and like yes, I'm aware that if you're look, there's a lot of stuff that goes into this. There's if you're on a more affordable, like if you just want to play like potato games, then yeah, you're
Mm-hmm.
fine. Like if you just want to play potato games, like or like you're just really into fucking League, then
Yep.
great. But like even the MMOs are getting beefy now. Like the system specs for Dawn Trail and Within, I was kind of shocked at both.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of like the fuck. Like I was genuinely like, wow. Because what were the system requirements for? Because one, I always look at recommended requirements because like minimum requirements is like this is gonna look and run like dog shit most of the time.
Right, right.
Unless you're on like a tiny screen. This is why the Steam Deck gets away with it. Is you're on a fucking 8-inch screen, people. Like you're not
Hmm.
gonna notice it. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it requires a an AMD RDNA2 or GeForce RTX graphics card, 16 gigs of RAM, 128 gig solid state drive, and like these are MMOs, dude. These are not
Yep.
like these are meant to be played by as many people as possible, and even that's kind of reaching up. And I'm kind of curious if it's a case of optimization is not a thing now, or like this is actually needed. So
Right, and I don't know. Um, all I know is it sucks. This is
well,
this is not looking good going forward.
no, I think that like especially on the high end, like the high end PC gaming market, dude, like that's that is the price of a used car, a cheap
Yep.
beater used car.
Yep.
Um, you know, and I don't know, maybe it's just been this past year, or maybe I'm more focused on it because I've been like kind of like shifting back to console as I've gotten older.
Hmm.
Um, but like, man, this past year, it seems like a lot of the stuff I've played on PC, I've just run into fucking issues. Like just the Halo boot loop movie, like I tried to load up another Crab Treasure and on Game Pass, and it kind of just went weird, and like I don't know, like it's mm,
It's so super convenient when it all works. But the fact that it's getting more expensive and it feels like it's getting harder to just run the games.
right, and you know, it's getting harder to run the games, and then on top of that, you have like it's not where the work for ports go most of the time, and that
Mhm.
also adds to that not being able to run the games thing. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it sucks because I like it when it works great and like everything's going smooth. It's great. Like it's a fun,
Great.
like it looks amazing and like you're having a great time. But like man, when it doesn't, it really doesn't.
It really doesn't.
And
And yeah.
you know,
Goddamn.
well, hey, I'm sure PS6 will be a nice $700, right? Gonna be a good time.
Well, really, really cross my fingers and hoping for that change to happen of the handheld consoles are cheaper because they're just not trying as hard.
Um, I mean, I think that that's kind of already happening in a way.
I mean,
Because
yes, there's stuff out there, but like I want to see the others make a move as well.
oh, like Sony and Microsoft make them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that Sony, their solution so far has been, hey, here's this thing called the PlayStation Portal. Stream all your
Hmm.
games, your portable games from your PS5, which
Okay.
and then Microsoft currently is just partnering with like people who make Windows PC handhelds. Like, they co-market the shit out of the ROG Ally and the Ally X.
Yeah,
Um, you know,
that makes a little more sense.
and then Valve and Nintendo are, like it's starting to look like the only like real affordable things in video games are like going to be Nintendo going forward.
Right.
Like that's what it's starting to feel like cuz okay, consoles going to $500 made sense. Like
Hmm.
inflation, like shit's going to get more expensive eventually everyone, like, you know, computers don't advance enough year on year anymore to make it so you can get really good consoles really cheap. Like
Hmm.
the $500 thing was going to happen, and I really do think the next time around it's going to be six. Um, so I think that like unless Microsoft does a Series S again, um, I think that yeah, I think that it's like Nintendo is the only one there because like even buying into a Steam Deck, right, is like $500, $550.
Mm-hmm.
If you want the like current model, and then like buying into an ROG Ally is also $600, and a Legion Go is $550, and I don't know how much the Zotac thing is, but probably around that area. So it's like it feels like the starting point to get into video games is like $500.
It's fucked.
You know, unless you
Ugh.
want to buy, unless you want to buy a Nintendo console, which like
I will change hobbies.
that's good luck, buddy.
At some point, man.
Let me tell you. See, I think about that myself, and then Anthony tells me what his car hobby costs, and I'm like,
Well, yeah, it's a car
oh,
hobby.
but like, I feel like this is becoming almost every hobby now. Like almost all of them, and it sucks.
I don't know, not drawing.
True, drawing. If you just want to draw,
I want to learn how to draw, and the more gaming gets more expensive, the more I'm like, there's just a pencil and paper. What if I just did that?
yeah. But I think that also has the like once you go far enough up the train, you're like, oh, I want to do digital art, and do
Well,
that.
yeah, and then there's the pad, but hopefully you get a decent one. It's just like,
Yeah,
hopefully that one, the basic functions still work, and there's not an easy anti-cheat checking to make sure you're not cheating with your hands.
oh, I'm sure there's some dumbass shit that they put into it that makes it annoying. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. No, I remember like talking to friends of mine who are like really into art and like to the point where like they went to art school and whatnot and like
Right,
yeah
right.
yeah that shit also get I just think we are at a point where like
If you're
most
going to art
hobby
school, yeah.
well not just art school but like they've graduated and now they do it for fun in their free time and occasionally do
Hmm.
commissions and like they're like, yeah, my drawing tablet was like $2,000, and I'm
Yeah,
just
if you're
like,
going crazy high, yeah.
yeah, like it's well, yeah, and I think that for video games, it's a similar case of like, yeah, if you're willing to have some potato visuals, or you're willing to have like be on the lower end console or ride Nintendo consoles, there's still a buy-in. It's just yeah, nah, man,
Uh,
it
Look,
it's
I was gonna get in on like checking out solely indie games because I thought the indie game space is interesting and getting bigger than ever before. Now I'm just gonna do it because those are my only options.
Uh, yeah, no, like
Shit.
that'll those'll run on like most computers and whatnot. Like
Yeah.
what's Plucky Squire just came out recently, and that's an indie game that seems really cool, and it's on Plus.
Sure.
What's that take? Okay, so you need a 1080 or better. So that's not bad. That's an 8-year-old graphics card.
Yep.
Um, a i5 or a Ryzen 5 from like 4 or 5 years ago, 16 gigs of RAM, and this would get you high quality at 1080p. So, like if like assuming that you have a relatively modern machine, you probably run at 1440, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Good God, man.
yeah, no.
Fine. That's the future. That's the future.
Well, I
We'll
think
just have
that
to adjust as we see fit.
yeah, and I think the hardware buy-in is always going to be costly, because you have to think like I always hate the adjusted for inflation argument, but like you look back at like what consoles are adjusted for inflation, it's honestly not that bad by comparison. But yeah, so we'll see. And then same thing,
We'll
graphics
see.
cards are where shit got crazy because over the
Insane.
course of 8 years, the 80 series doubled in price. That
Mm-hmm.
shit's wild. That's like okay, that'd be like a PS4 Pro or that'd be like a PS5 coming out in 2020, and then in 2028 PS6 is like $850. It's like, bro,
Yep.
um,
Yep.
nah, man. It's because Nvidia doesn't have competition, especially after AMD went down to a. They said we're not going to be making high-end cards anymore. We're going to be focusing on the mid-range and low-end segment. and Nvidia doesn't really give a shit about making the consumer happy because they're making all that AI money.
Right.
So it's like you want the best gaming graphics cards. Here is a small fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, so yeah. And I think on Steam, and I do think developers, even AAA developers, are going to have mid-range and lower-end machines in mind, just because like you check the Steam hardware survey, and it's like the most popular cards are like 4060, 3060, 4070, 3070, 2060. Like it's all the like lower mid to mid range cards. Like the
Yeah.
nicest card on like the early part of the list is a regular 3080. And then you
Mm.
scroll down a little more and you start running into 4070 Super, 4070 Ti, you know.
Yep.
Like so I do think developers do keep that in mind. I think the part for me though is like it's very obvious that at least in the double A space and the triple A space, the the PC is definitely the redheaded stepchild in many
Right.
instances, and that's where it starts to because like you heard the stories about Hogwarts Legacy, and you heard the stories about Mortal Kombat, you heard the stories about goddamn Steven Silent Hill, and you're like, okay, the stuff we're doing with Halo. So yeah,
Yep.
PC gaming's getting weird. It's getting real weird.
Yeah. Yep. Not looking forward to it, but here we are.
Yep. Speaking of Halo, though, hey,
Mm-hmm.
so 343 is dead. They dead. 343 Studios has been their name has been changed to Halo Studios, which okay,
Okay.
like such a okay, and they showed their new logo, and it's kind of fucking lame, but
Fine. You got a new
it's
logo.
got a new logo, and then they showed, hey, this is what it's gonna look like we're moving to Unreal. No more proprietary engine because we can't keep anyone in house super long. We're a big fan of contractors, so we need to be able to plug and play people, and Unreal is industry standard. So this is Master Chief with Energy Sword in Unreal.
Yep.
Yep. We'll show. This is a pistol in Unreal.
Great.
We got an Elite versus Master Chief in Unreal. I don't know. Here's a planet
Great.
taken over by the Flood.
Mm.
Here's Icy Forerunner planet because they have those in Halo.
They sure do.
Um, but yeah, I don't know how to feel about this, man. Like, it's just, I think the move
I
is
haven't.
smart because of how they
Yeah.
develop the games, but man,
I don't. I can't feel anything about this at this point because if it's not fun to play, if it does not make me want to go back to playing Halo, like this looks cool. This looks good, but like again, we're getting to a point where just there's diminishing returns in graphics. Like this looks good. I'm not saying it doesn't look good. It's just this isn't as much of a selling point anymore.
I think it's more of just the labor thing. Is more the like, oh, we have a fucking normal engine for once, so we can get stuff out on time and have fully featured.
And that's
Yeah,
nice, but again, this trailer is like that's not what the trailer's pushing in terms of what it's showing me. It's like that's fucking Halo. Great.
yeah.
I think switching to Unreal Engine is a great idea for sure,
I think
especially
it's
because that's caused them some problems.
yes. Apparently, they were still using like some of the stuff from like Halo One, like all the way back to that. Um,
Ooh.
my big concern is if this does not have any roots in Blam, which is the Halo engine, the original Halo
Mhm.
engine. Slipspace is a modified version of that. Um, is it gonna feel like Halo, like the physics and the way everything functions and the bullet magnetism and that kind of thing? That's
Right,
kind of
right.
my big question for them.
And that's
Um,
mostly the MCC guys at this point, right?
yeah, yeah, that's entirely what MCC runs on is Blam.
No, no, no.
Um,
The not 343. A lot of the important 343 people are gone, right?
yeah, yeah, this is mostly people who were like MCC folks. There's some people who have been here the
Okay.
entire time. There's been a lot of
Sure.
mixed reactions to this.
Yes.
Former 343 devs are mad, like being like, "Why are you erasing what we did?" It's like, because
Because
what
it
you,
sucked.
I'm not gonna go that far,
I'm
but
sorry.
um, because it was mixed. There were a lot of mixed opinions on the Halo 4, 5, and Infinite. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like it was like that's people had like they were very divisive games. Just how it is.
It feels like those games aren't getting erased. Like 4, 5, and Infinite are still games you can play.
Yes, it's just that like 343 Studios is that shit don't exist anymore. Halo Studios now.
In terms of game dev studios ending, this is the best outcome where the developers are that were part of that studio, when they changed it, are still there. They're still working. Literally, the names changed.
I mean, like, yes, and they also like one thing that I do want to discuss with that is like they also, hey guys, they were part of the Microsoft layoffs earlier in the year. So
Yeah,
as far as overall, like this could have been way worse.
right.
And like I I think that this is a good thing in terms of I think this is a good thing in terms of getting on Unreal if they can make it feel like Halo. Like Halo
Mhm.
Infinite feels like a very good Halo game. There's some real good roots there. It's just working on it is a nightmare because of the slipspace engine. So you would hope that this is fixed going forward. Um, yeah, I don't know. Apparently their first project with it, they're working on multiple projects at the same time. But the first one is going to be a remake of Halo 1 to get their feet wet in Unreal.
That's
Really?
a great way to start.
Yep. So,
I don't know. It makes sense for like learning how to make Halo. It doesn't. I don't know if it makes sense for making a brand new Halo 1 after the the remake that they made for the MCC collection is already plenty good. Like, I don't know. I don't want to spend money on another Combat Evolved.
well, you won't have to because it'll be part of Game Pass.
Well, there's that too, but like just
um, this logo looks so fucking ugly. Look at this shit.
I don't care. Like
So, ugh.
yeah,
Why?
Uh,
it doesn't.
That's all I have to ask about that logo is why.
yeah.
I can tell it says Halo,
I mean,
and it's
yeah.
not just Arial font. So there's that.
Um, yeah, and of fucking course, because the internet is dumb, and we're gonna get to
Yes.
this with the next news story regarding Silent Hill. They're fucking the anti-woke idiots saw the chief of staff is a black woman with purple hair, and they're big mad. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're mad about it. They're like, this isn't the people who made Halo, and they saw the CEO is also a blonde lady, and what
They
does she
complain
know?
about her too.
A little bit, not nearly as much, but a little bit.
Yeah, no, not nearly as much.
Not nearly as much as Miss Melissa Boone here, who I feel real sorry for, because she's going to be getting a whole torrent of shit until they put out a good product.
It would
Um,
come undone if they found out about the diversity of developers for like early Atari games.
dude, like the thing is though, is they don't adhere to any form of normal logic.
No,
So
it would undo what they're doing, and they like what they're doing right now, so they just issue logic.
yeah, so they legitimately are just like, and you can see that when you go look at that woke stupidity list is up to
Incredible.
it's up to 1,400 games. It's up to
Yep.
1,400 games that these people have called woke, and you shouldn't play them, including some of the best video games ever made. So,
Yep.
you know.
It's good.
But yeah, so she's getting a whole bunch of harassment and people being like, "What does she know about Halo?" You know, like diversity hire, da 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 da. You know, just
Unreal, man. I just
can we? All this staff is new. Can we like actually let her put out a game? You know,
yeah. The
like
game's not even out yet. We're looking at graphics.
we're not even looking at like stuff from a game. We're looking at like
Right.
here we're doing tests in Unreal. You know, like
Yep.
like that's the conversation that we're having is just like, oh man, she's an illegitimate hire even though fucking like she hasn't made anything yet. Oh god. So fucking dumb.
It's the dumbest shit. Not.
Oh god,
Don't
just
care. What are you? Nope. Don't care.
you know.
Let these
It's
people make a Halo game. See what happens.
like in all honesty, like they've improved every time. You know, like 5 was better than 4, Infinite was a lot better than 5, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see where they go with this shit, you know.
And now they got a bunch of MCC people on this team now
You
to
know.
make Halo. Like
Yeah.
the situation has been improving steadily ever since.
Yes. Especially after Infinite wasn't a big mega hit. Like yeah. And I
I was
think
thinking
that
about this earlier this week. I was trying to think like back to when we played the story of Halo 4, and I thought like even the story of Halo 4 was like the worst thing I can say is that the enemies weren't as interesting as the Covenant.
Halo 4's campaign was great. It's the multiplayer that was the problem. And then when
Yeah.
you look to Halo 5, it was the opposite. The multiplayer was great, but the campaign was the problem.
Mm.
And then Halo Infinite was great all around, but the fucking game just didn't have all of its features or content.
Nope.
You know, it took it 18 months to be done. So, you know, and that's unfortunate because when it works, because the PC version continues to give us problems. But like
Yep.
when I played it on the Xbox, it worked perfectly, and the game's great. I love
Mm.
playing Halo Infinite. Super fun, super fun. Have a great time every time I pick it up. So,
Sure.
yeah, no, that's where they're at.
There was a big blow up. I just want to talk about it briefly because briefly got exposed to gamer conversation, and
Gamer
it was
conference, is that what we're calling it?
that's what I'm calling it because
Okay.
yeah, I don't see it very much, but an Aftermath writer, I think formerly Kotaku, wrote an article saying, "Hey, let Halo end. Like 3 had the most perfect ending. We had ODST and Reach, kind of wrapped up the story. Why do we need to keep telling stories about Master Chief and Cortana and all this?" And
Mm-hmm.
I disagree, but I thought it was an interesting conversation. And holy shit, that I've been following Aftermath since it started, and I haven't been looking at like comments and engagement very closely, but it was like 200 comments. People who I guess spend their time on Twitter searching Halo, and like, mad.
Over what?
It was a big fucking
Like,
fight. Just
like,
because anything suggesting the end of Halo is like taking away the thing that they love.
which okay, like I don't know. Maybe it's because I've had enough of the franchises I like. Just bite it to where it's not like a thing
You're numb.
anymore. Like I'm just like, oh, Halo's dead, huh? That sucks.
That
Anyway, all
sucks.
right. Well, is someone making a
Like,
new
is
arena
3 the best?
shooter?
Is 3 a perfect ending? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
100%.
love that ending so goddamn much.
Um, Yeah,
But
absolutely.
they could do a number of cool things with it. I'm not opposed to them trying to make something happen. But I do think there was something to what he said in the article, which is like, so we're just gonna keep going back to the vibes of Halo 1, huh? Old Halo, and we can't let it go. Can't evolve beyond it because it deviates from what makes people like Halo. So
I
like
see.
a Star Wars problem, you know?
Yes, but I also think that you can deviate from it, but it still needs to have the Halo, I guess, vibe and feel from a gameplay perspective.
Well,
Um,
absolutely. And the only problem there is, I guess, some people say that they haven't been able to make that happen in these games, which I don't know. They went real Halo 1 vibes with Halo Infinite, and
I think it
felt like we
worked.
got a bit of that.
Yeah, and then the gameplay feels exactly like Halo. So like it's one of those things where just
Make a grappling hook a core part of the kit,
I mean it is in the
at least in the
campaign.
campaign.
It is.
At least in the campaign, yeah. So
You
I'm just saying for future installments, I think
yes,
that
I
that
100%
needs
agree
to be
with that.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I went back
I
and
don't
played Halo 1, and I'm just trying to sprint. And I can't sprint. I'm like, holy shit. I am a really heavy Marine. Oh, I'll get there in 3 weeks. Uh,
I love playing old Halo though. I loaded up MCC a couple months ago to help Anthony with some stuff, and like man, that game
mhm.
is still those games all still hold up great. I
Yep.
think the lack of sprint feels weird, but otherwise, doing good. Um, anyway, hey, yeah, that's. I don't know. I agree with you about the Star Wars thing, but I also believe the Halo audience is really segmented. Because like when I go look at the Halo audience, like everyone is arguing about everything. It's like
Yeah.
we want the multiplayer to be like 5. No, we want the multiplayer to be like 2. No, 3 was the peak. You know.
Like MCC collection or the Master Chief collection is the answer to that problem. And like if you're not going here, we're going to do something. If you don't like this thing, here is Master Chief Collection. And we're going to make new cosmetic items for you to work towards since you can't seem to leave this game. And that's it. There we go.
The thing with the Master Chief Collection that I realized, apparently most people just want to play Halo 3.
That's not the
Uh,
wrong opinion.
the when I load up the Master Chief Collection, like Halo 2, you can find a match, but it takes a hot minute. Uh, 3, no problem. You can get into 3 matches, no issue. Reach
Easy. Yep.
depends. 4 also depends. Like it's like that is like Halo 3, and in all honesty, it's one of the best ways to play Halo 3. So
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah. Ugh.
uh, yeah, this whole, oh God,
They've shown in terms of like what we see in the trailer, there's like not anything that I like. Great, you've been working on Halo. I would expect you to, but you've been all right. Great. And then they said they changed to Unreal, which you know what, fantastic. As long as you do it right, and y'all have been working on nothing but Halo for years, so
mm-hmm.
I'd like to think you can pull it off. You can have it down. That's what I
Yeah,
think. I don't
here's
know. We'll see though.
here's
I
hoping.
just want Cortana to be a good guy again.
She is that game ended with
Oh, good. Okay.
like the new weapon, the new AI, like they give her a name. It's like you're Cortana now, and you basically have the same voice actor, and like you're just a more chipper Cortana.
Oh, they name her Cortana.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's not okay. Well, whatever.
Well, she has the same. Well, the old Cortana died, so
I know.
yeah.
It's a problem. It's fine.
I
Maybe
don't
if I
know.
played more of Halo Infinite's story, I would get used to
I
her. But
I
it's like, yeah. Go ahead and say.
I really loved her. By the end of that campaign, I really enjoyed her. She was great by the time I was done
Okay,
with
I
the
just
game.
need to play more of the campaign. I'll try it because like at the beginning, like I have no problem with her.
Mhm.
And what I'm about to compare her to is like is the Halo situation's a lot better. But when Skate went to Skate 3, they got rid of your mouthy camera guy Retta, and he was going to handle the brand that you're growing, and they put in literally the lamest of the group, and he's a nice guy. It's just no personality. They make Shingo your camera guy, and it's just boring as shit. And I'm just like, damn, what a fucking downgrade here.
So
And yeah,
so by the end of Infinite, I think you'll like the weapon. I think you'll
okay.
like her.
She doesn't seem bad. It's just like Cortana's a kind of a high bar, especially after all these years of Halo.
Yes, I 100% agree with that. But like, she ends up getting her own personality that's a lot of fun, and she ends up like growing as a character and in an interesting way, and learning from Master Chief and the pilot. So, yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
What do you mean by
It,
basically the same voice actor? Is it different or just similar?
it's the same voice actor. It is literally the same voice actor,
It's the
just
same voice
different.
actor. Oh, well then what fucking all right.
Yeah,
Okay.
same voice actor, different inflection.
Just
That's
different inflection. Okay, well then I just need to play more.
yeah.
I'll boot up Halo Infinite.
J-
We'll see how that goes.
that was a great campaign. I beat it in 2 days. I fucking loved it. So,
Hell
uh,
yeah.
all right. So, hey, we got some Silent Hill 2 news from PlayStation
All right.
Lifestyle. The original Silent Hill 2 devs, have been attacked by trolls upset about censorship. The anti-woke crowd have found something new to be upset about: the Silent Hill 2 remake censorship. They, were complaining about Yote, but now they're wanting to bring in the original Silent Hill 2 devs into this. Bloober Team's remake got a stellar reception over the weekend, but then, trolls tried to hijack the Wikipedia page, say the opposite. And then their main complaint is Maria has been censored and Angela looks, quote, ugly. Legendary artist Masahiro Ito found himself arguing with the trolls, but he quickly learned the art of blocking and has since decided not to engage with them. However, before blocking, Ito had some succinct advice: be an adult. Um,
it's it's true. It just they're beyond saving, sir. You gotta
yep.
you said your
Uh,
piece. They're good.
yeah, so the director of the
Yeah.
original Silent Hill 2 also chimed in and said, games and technology are constantly evolving, resulting in significant differences in constraints and level of expression. This is a common issue with media arts in general, but it's not easy to maintain and appreciate the environment of the time. He is very happy with the remake. Um, so yeah, and then
Yeah.
there are people who obviously didn't play the original. Um, so it's like that the one way they didn't show they've showed they haven't played the original is at one point you go to a strip club and they see a sign, and it is like it shows the woman has a little bit of a stomach, like not, it's normal,
Like a little bit.
like a tiny bit. Like I will show the
It's
screenshot. There you go. She has
like she's a
organs.
human being or something.
Yeah, like she has organs. And then
She-
I mean that's what that's there for. It's fat covering some organs. I don't know what to tell you.
that's how human bodies are. I don't know
And
what.
then and then uh and then this is the original, which is almost identical. Literally looks
Yep.
almost exactly the same. Um so that's a thing. That's a
Someone
uh,
pointed out that a lot of these people are so online that like how they define their attraction to women is purely decided by these anime girls. And
yeah.
so their perception of real people is so warped that they don't understand.
Yeah, and I also think that that one critique here is that these people don't play games; they just bitch about them on the internet.
That's what they
Uh,
like to do. That's what they're here for.
so it's not like in all honesty, like look, if y'all are somehow listening to this and you're in that cult, please leave. Please
Right.
leave. Like
Yep.
like like please. Like we are begging you. Like on this show, we point out the holes in their logic any chance we get. We've done that just now. I don't know what more proof you want, man. Like, yeah,
It's about enjoying being mad. That's
yeah.
all this is.
Enjoy and be mad at something healthy. Go be a sports fan. There you go.
There
I
you
I
go.
I can go be mad at the Broncos every week for 3 hours.
Yep.
It's great. You know.
Don't pick a team too bad, because then you just kind of accept it. You need someone that has hope,
yeah.
and you need to watch it be dashed. Like, be a Browns fan. Like that right now is a good time. A few years ago, they're so down in the dumps you can't do anything. But like, pick someone who has hope, and then like watch it be dashed.
Yeah,
That's something to
like
be
a
mad
Bills
about.
fan, like a Bills fan. Go to the
Yeah.
AFC Championship game every year and lose. There you go.
They haven't done well the last couple games, but they're a pretty all right team. They'll probably find a way to fuck it up.
Yeah, so don't you worry. Like there you go. Yeah, there's still other shit you can be mad about without fucking being in this like
Starting
cult
hate campaigns against
and
people that are just doing a thing.
yeah, you know, and like then whining about it to the original developers who then call you a moron. You know, like uh,
Ugh.
it's my favorite.
What it's like being mad.
I
You're
get. I I
stupid.
don't. Being mad takes a lot of energy, bro. Like, I
They
don't
they
know.
want to. That's why they're putting it all in there.
Uh,
They want to be part of a culture war.
the culture war.
This is a greater fight for the direction of humanity, where we put our values. And the women aren't sexy enough. I should say that louder in my apartment. Let's see. No. Yeah, just stupid.
I say you're already
I
on your
love
way out, so
I,
fuck it.
I love the idea of your fucking neighbors just hearing random yelling shit from the podcast. So just
Like, what
random
the
Sunday
fuck is going on
afternoon,
here?
these people aren't sexy enough.
That's the craziest thing. It's not that there aren't any sexy people, it's that they aren't all sexy people. I am playing Zenless Zone Zero. I have it pulled up. There's so many sexy people in this. So just go play a sexy game. They're fine. They're perfectly acceptable. Go play
No,
Street
man,
Fighter. Go play There's ridiculous sexy people in there.
nah, man,
Ugh.
they want to play. They want everyone in Silent Hill needs to be sexy. James Sunderland needs to be sexy. He
Why?
needs washboard abs.
Fuck that.
You know, fucking Maria needs huge tits.
And this is a ratio of the people who really enjoy like various body types. Like, because you can't envision this type of person sexy, then clearly no one can.
even though they also subscribe to Rule 34 existing, which is
Yep.
which is like literally everything is sexy to someone.
Right.
So, that's is what it is. Oh.
The reason Concord doesn't have any fucking Rule 34 art isn't because the humans themselves aren't sexy. It's that they have a very strange art style and no one played it because everyone else is playing the other games it's trying to emulate.
Exactly.
Nothing to do with
Now, are those characters as fuckable as the Overwatch characters? Probably not. But hey, here we are.
Few are. All right.
You are. I am sure a big part of why Overwatch is alive is Rule 34.
100%.
I
the
like
biggest
how
impact it's had.
I just see my girlfriend over nodding like, "Yup."
You.
It's
Thank
true.
you.
The fucking game
Fuck.
itself has run itself into the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I just have literally a live audience.
Yep.
So
It's good feedback, you know.
yeah.
If ever you say something fucked up, you'll know.
Yep.
All right, write
It's a
down the
little
time
fucked,
code,
my
delete
dude.
this part of the podcast. Got it.
All right. So, lordy. Couple next news story. We got a pair of Sony stories. Hey, PS5 Pro finally sold out on PlayStation Direct. Like
After how long?
All right.
2 weeks. Took them 2 weeks to get there.
All
Oh,
right.
wait, no,
Fuck.
they might be back in stock. Hold on.
They restock
Oh
them.
shit.
They might have gotten, they might have did some, like, we're like, oh no, we were able to produce more. Yeah, no, they're back in stock, and I want to say that pre-orders opened up for the rest of the companies on what was it, Thursday, and yeah, those are all still totally pre-orderable. You can go pre-order
Well,
one
shit.
right now.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yep, if you be
Fine.
in the yep, if you were in the market for a PS5 Pro, it is not a hard ask right now. Get one pretty easy. So.
If they made a PS2 variant of a PS5 Pro, I might consider it.
I'd buy the fuck out of that. My
I'd buy the
God.
shit out of
Right?
that.
I either
Fuck.
want
Yeah.
I either want a PS2 variant or a PS3 variant of the original PS3. So it's like piano
So
black,
like,
the
oh god.
shiniest
Piano
fuck.
black with the Spider-Man font.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Come on.
Do
Come
it.
on, Sony, make this
And it
happen.
has a PS2 emulator in it. What?
I'm sorry, what?
It does. They're just not putting a bunch of games out on it.
Ah,
Fuckers. Yeah.
shit.
They put out Mr. Mosquito this month.
Oh, okay, we're done. I want Mr. Mosquito and A Dog's Life.
Mr.
And
Mosquito was actually a
we're
good
good.
game, at least, unlike A Dog's Life.
I enjoyed
Oh, fuck.
watching video of it on like G4. That's
Oh.
Ah, the good
yep.
old days.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, no. Uh, I'm keeping an eye on this because I'm curious about like what is the market for it and how people are actually into the like how many people are getting into the pro. Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna make a more reasonable request. All these people who have money for PS5 Pros, I was asking you for your money. I'm gonna dial that back. Can you land me a job? Land me a job, like a desk job that can pay to afford a PS5 Pro. I can do it. Give me some time. I can do it. I just need the foot in the door. I need
okay.
PS5 Pro money.
How much sales experience do you
God
have?
damn. None.
Shit.
Like
Um,
I definitely can't do sales because I'm the kind of person that will be completely honest. Listen, man,
um,
you're getting fucked over. This is some shit. But you know, if you got money to spend, I'm not
yeah.
gonna
For it.
stop you.
Unfortunately, both of our roles are one is to be a teacher, so no. And then
Okay.
the other one is a salesperson. So,
Yep. All right.
nope. All
Nope.
right, sorry, bud. I'll keep keeping
But
an eye out.
there's other stuff. Yeah. All right.
You know, if you you know. So yeah. Anyway, so the other news story though is so Little Big Planet 3 has been hacked to hell and back to the point of where they had to take the game's online completely down,
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
like just completely down, and then apparently that it's even with that though it's so vulnerable that they have to take it off the store.
Man.
So, like, if you own the game, you'll be able to re-download it. Same with the DLC, but everything else, it is gone. It is done. They ain't it ain't coming back.
Damn.
So yeah,
Little Big
yep.
Planet. You know, I understand where we now live in days where it's like a game with customizable levels and stuff you can do in a number of areas at this point, but there was a
Mm-hmm.
magical time.
I feel like Little Big Planet got done kind of dirty. I feel like that
How
franchise
so?
had a lot of potential that Sony did not capitalize on. Like you look at like
Mm-hmm.
how big Mario Maker got, right? And
Yep.
like how big
Yeah.
Minecraft got and how big Roblox is and all these other creation games and like Little Big Planet was kind of like the first one of those
Mm-hmm.
and because it came out in '08, so even before Minecraft, and
Yeah.
Sony kind of just put it out there and was like, all right, yeah, cool, we'll promote it a little bit.
I will say, because I have this old memory stuck in my head forever,
Hmm.
one of the last few times I remember seeing a bar graph. I don't know if it was at E3 itself, but it was a game. It was a Sony PlayStation press conference, and there was like a bar graph, and they had
Yep.
Sackboy jumping up around it.
Yes. So
And
they
yeah, it was their mascot for a little bit.
yeah, he was their mascot for a little bit, but I like 2 years, and I remember that it was E3 08. It was the year Little Big Planet came out, and they made a large level showcasing here's how the PS2, PS3, and PSP are doing. These are the games that are coming out. All this shit's happening. So yeah.
Yep. There was a
Um.
brief moment of time, and there's still stuff they can do with Sackboy.
Yeah. Absolutely. Um. They did that 3D Sackboy's Big Adventure for the
Mm.
for the PlayStation 5 launch. So yeah.
Oh man.
Um. I don't know, and it feels like all their attention for that kind of game has been spent on Astrobot, which I mean, it makes sense. It's a good ass video game.
Yep.
It's a real good
Yep.
video
Yeah.
Nope.
game.
I'm not gonna blame them for that.
So, you know. Anyway, so yeah, that's the Sony stories. I think that's all our news for the week. I know that we should move on to what we've been playing. Aaron, did you play anything besides Halo?
And it was just Halo and Zenless Zone Zero, and I still haven't finished the story, so I've been grinding away. Lots of grinding for various different materials and leveling people up very slowly.
Have they gotten to the point where they're like, yo, you can make this a little faster? You whip out the credit card.
I mean, nothing new.
Oh.
I go to roll stuff, and I'm getting currencies that I can use to buy other things with, and I occasionally go by a menu that's like, hey, you get like 10 spins for $10. I'm like, that's not a great deal, but okay, because I know at least 9 of those are going to be just some rank B engines. Like, no,
It's
so
$1 a spin, bro.
and 9 of them's going to be trash. That's $9 down the drain, and then maybe like
Yeah. But what if one of them wasn't? What if one of them was amazing?
Well, again, if I'm buying 10, there will be one that will be rank A, so that's something. I basically would have to look at it as like, and that's the problem with gacha. Like when I'm doing Destiny or something, it's like I'm paying money and I'm getting what I want. The fact that I have a chance to not only like not get what I'm looking for, but also could just get an engine I already have, which is good in a sense because I can funnel that into leveling up an engine I already have. But like $10 for a chance of that is just not a good deal. And after all this time playing this game, as I've played it, it's just like I'm not feeling the need right now because it just does not look like a good deal. The $10 season pass, which is like a 40-day pass, has been just getting me a little materials here and there. It's certainly better than nothing. Again, once this expires, I'm gonna try, a season of not buying anything at all and just being bone dry and seeing how I feel. But the $10, like for that season pass, just getting some stuff is fine.
Let me know, man. Let me know.
I'm gonna keep you updated. There just hasn't been anything big. I've just been slowly leveling characters. Didn't get a chance to play very much yesterday. So spent 4 hours yesterday trying to figure out why Halo wouldn't work on my computer. So, yeah. So I'm playing it. I'm still enjoying it. It's not like a crazy hardcore experience or anything. It's still very much like that gameplay experience you had at the beginning, and just being introduced to characters and running around the world and enjoying the loop. That's all it is.
All right. So I guess I did the big 2 hot new releases this week, so I should talk about them. Or 2 of the 3. My girlfriend and I actually bought Diablo, and we just need to get into the expansion. But
Yeah, you do.
Nice.
but like we both got the big hot new releases of hey, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Hey,
That game's presentation is amazing.
it looks incredible.
It looks and like when you get into a good fight, it looks exactly like a Dragon Ball fight. Like legitimately, I got in like me and this dude kept teleport countering each other, and it literally looked like a moment in the show where it's like so
Yeah.
sick. And like
Yeah.
you'll fucking land like what you'll do is you'll like do a big combo to get a big hit in, and then follow it up with like a super, and it just looks amazing. Um,
Mm.
I was online playing as base form Vegito, and like I powered up to Super Saiyan Blue, did a combo, knocked a dude through a wall, and while he was flying, I followed it up with a final Kamehameha, and it was so sick. Same thing with like I've been using a mid like Goku from like the middle of Z as well, and
Okay.
I love his I absolutely love uh his like he literally does the "you fool." It's
Yeah.
so good, and it even has the Frieza face when it lands. Oh, dude,
Nice.
there's all these like fun little references and scenes that are references to the like the show and the manga, and just like, man, it's so fucking sick. It's so sick. I've nonstop been playing it. And then from a gameplay perspective, it's very much it's kind of old school in some ways. Like it has a lot of like the menus feel like if they kind of just took a PS2 game and tweaked it a bit, and then like they have like the shop where you go to unlock characters and do other shit like that, or costumes even. Like they have almost every costume you could imagine. I was bummed to find out they did not have Hawaiian shirt Goku. That made me sad.
Damn.
Ooh.
But yeah, like
DLC. DLC.
yeah, they got. I bought the season pass, so you know,
All right.
which is gonna have 20 characters and a bunch of shit in it. So hopefully it's good. Um, But no, just like all these little details, like Hercule does not do stagger damage unless he's in sparking. And
Okay.
when
Interesting.
Hercule is powering up, it's not the standard key aura, it's like a spotlight and confetti coming out and whatnot.
All right.
Uh,
Yes.
um, yeah, no, I absolutely love the story mode too, because the story mode, it isn't a standard. You go from the beginning of Z to the end of Super. What it is you pick a character. Like it starts out with just Goku, but then it unlocks more characters as you go, and then it'll give you choices, which will give you alternate versions of stories. So like I did one where when Piccolo was fighting 17 and Cell showed up, instead of Goku waiting for Vegeta and Trunks, I had Goku show up and beat Cell. And then that gave me a
Ooh.
storyline where Goku beat Imperfect Cell and then had fights with each androids and won and became like kind of friends with them.
Okay.
I am in the
Nice.
middle I am in the middle of one right now from the Saiyan saga where Goku doesn't die fighting Raditz. And it's like a team effort to kill Raditz. Like Goku distracts him, Krillin makes him dodge a Destructo Disc, and then Master Roshi gets him in Thunder Shock's surprise, so Piccolo can special beam cannon him. You know, and then that continues on to like, okay, you beat Nappa and everyone lives. Like Goku stops Yamcha from being exploded. Um,
Mm.
and then you beat Vegeta as a team. So like all six of like Earth's heroes team up on Vegeta to win. And then because Goku didn't get the extra training from King Kai, but then Goku dies during that and gets the extra training, and then Vegeta comes back to Earth and is like, "No, dude, this guy named Frieza is coming. You need to like give me the Dragon Balls and make me immortal." And then Goku's like, "Fuck no." And he's like, "Fine, then like at least train with me so we can be ready." Jesus fucking Christ, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been cool. Another fun one is Krillin dies during the fight with Vegeta, like the first one, and it makes Goku go
Okay.
Super Saiyan, and you just mollywop the shit out of Vegeta as a Super Saiyan.
Funny.
Um, so yeah, there's like a bunch of, and like there's them for every character. I've only done Go. There's so much shit for just Goku. I've primarily focused on Goku.
Sure.
Um, yeah. Yeah, no, it's super good. There's a lot of depth to the combat. Like it removes like combos in a traditional sense to give you a bunch of defensive options. So like there's like 7 different types of counters. It's so
Yeah,
good.
I was hearing about all the different types of blocking.
Yes, like you block low, high, like like teleport counter, mid counter, and like same thing on the offensive. Like it's like okay, I'm gonna go like attack mid, and then sweep low. Okay, he's knocked down, knock him away, and then into a rush attack. Yeah,
God,
so
it
good.
sounds like a pain in the ass, but also lots of fun, especially for story mode.
Yes, especially like I've been just enjoying the story mode content. I honestly, at the rate I'm going, I actually might get the platinum for the game. It's not a hard platinum.
Man,
It's mostly just do all of the story content and then unlock everything, and then
Mm.
play 100 online matches.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
not too bad.
yeah. No. That last one's really the only one that's like you don't have to win them, you just have to play them.
right?
So
Yeah,
there's
which thank God.
yes. So there you go, and that's not hard at all. So yeah, I love it. It's if I wasn't gonna get Fighters 2, this is a great consolation prize.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if they weren't going to make Fighters 2, I'll take this. This is good.
It looks really, really good. This will tide over Dragon Ball fans for a while.
Yeah, I mean there's 182 characters. Uh, so I've done a couple of ranked online matches and they do something very interesting. So you don't
Hmm.
just end up with a full 5-man team of the most unstoppable characters. Like, ah yes, I have Vegeta Blue, Gogeta Blue, Whis and Beerus, and Master Ultra Instinct Goku. They have a point system. And each character is worth a certain amount of points. So like Vegito
Oh,
base is worth 7. Vegito Blue is worth 10.
okay.
So
Dang.
like so choosing base forms and then transforming mid match is incentivized. So that way you
Right.
can, that costs points and whatnot. So like the team that I ran this morning that I actually got into a good vibe with was Vegito base on point, Super Saiyan Goku from the middle of Z, and then Master Roshi as my last
That's
stand.
fun.
You know,
All right.
which was funny because I won a match earlier this morning with it. It's just like we got down to our last characters, and it's like, all right, Vegito took out 2 of your guys. You're down to your last one. Who's your last guy? Super Saiyan God Goku. Okay, cool. Who am I rocking with? Master Roshi.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's full power
Enjoy.
Master Roshi, so it's just like she's all hulking and buff. Uh,
Yeah.
I need to figure out what his other costumes are because they're probably really fun. Um,
I would
but
hope so.
yeah, so like constructing a team is actually like a lot of fun. Also, fun fact: the whole Ginyu Force equals the full 15 points.
That's awesome. Great.
Yeah, so you can run a whole Ginyu Force. I have thought about getting really good with the Ginyu Force.
That's a fun idea. That's a fun challenge for yourself. Let's get good at the Ginyu Force so you can do the Ginyu
Mm,
Force thing. I think that's
Yeah,
fun.
that way we can run streams and just have the song playing in the background the whole time.
Yeah.
There's an English
Oh my
cover of
god.
that song and it's amazing.
Oh no,
It's
really?
so good. It's so good.
Oh
Oh Lord.
man.
Yeah. No, it's so good.
All
Take the
right.
stage, Ginyu Special Squad.
God.
Uh, like that. The opening is Raccoon. My name is Raccoon. I've got the strongest power. I'll take your lives with my ultra fighting miracle bomber. I'll sweep all the scum off of the battlefield.
Oh lord.
That is the
Okay.
translation. No, I'll send
Yeesh.
you. I'll send you the cover. It's amazing. It's so good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, please
so
do.
good. Um, but yeah, just have that in the background. While I'm just cleaning house with the full Ginyu Force.
Yeah.
Lordy.
That's a funny thought.
All right. Well, yeah, another game I did was Silent Hill 2, the remake.
Oh, you got the Silent Hill too. All right.
Yeah. So my girlfriend really, 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 really loves Silent Hill 2, and I like Silent Hill 2. So yeah, I was like, we can play that together. It's a dope game.
Sure.
And we decided to put some good time into it on Friday for our date night. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, yeah, like it is very much that game in every sense of its design. It is very much the original. Like it is, yo dog, you need to get into this building. Here's a map. Figure it out. Like it's a lot of wandering around creepy places with unnerving as shit audio. The best part is the surround sound in the living room. Both of our seats in the living room are right next to satellite speakers, like
Oh
channel
fuck.
4 and channel 5. So my
Okay.
girlfriend the
Okay.
entire time is telling me just like this is horrifying. I literally have something whispering or shit in my ear the entire time we're playing.
Yeah,
A
that's
full
right.
immersive experience.
Yes, and the PS5 is that 3D audio deck, so it's an
Oh
extra nightmare.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah,
That's
no,
good stuff.
yes. So game seems a little on the easier side, because something that
Okay.
I and everyone else have found is during the dodge animation, you are invincible.
Jesus Christ.
Hmm.
So you can do what Wooly called it, where you play footsies, where you dodge and then immediately hit them with your wood plank. Um,
Okay.
But like, yeah, the vibes are there. Like, we got into this kind of chase, run into the building segment, and it was horrifying. It was like crap, 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 crap. Uh,
Sure.
I man, if you like the original Silent Hill or you like a more standard survival horror experience, this is dope. It's really dope.
Cool.
Definitely. So we're playing on the 30 FPS graphics mode. Um,
All right.
looks fantastic. It has a couple of weird frame drops. It doesn't like impact the experience in a big way, but it's like just like what the fuck? Why'd the frame rate drop there? Okay, sure.
Hmm.
Or like one I noticed is like I ran into two of the I forget what they're called, but they're the initial enemies that spew bile. Um
Hmm.
and like I noticed when both of them did it at the same time, I got a frame drop while dodging. I was like, that's so fucking okay. Um, yeah, it just seems like really weird frame rate drops, and apparently it's like universal. Like this is like
Oh,
even on PC, it's like a problem. So,
that's huh. Okay.
it might just
Weird.
be something to do with how they optimize the game. Um,
Yeah.
it's definitely old survival horror, and the fact there will be like paths where you're like, oh, I should be able to go through there. No, this is not the way. Go another round. I have
Yeah.
trouble with
Guess
this.
what?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it. I was just like, yeah. Guess what? Nope.
Go around, go around, which is nice because the map does mark it. It's like if you cannot go down a path, the map has like a little red line at that point when you go that way. So when you pull it, like this game is a lot of reading directions and maps and collecting key items. So it like once again, it's a remake of the original. This is not a Final Fantasy VII case where it's like, yeah, it's the characters and mostly the same story. It's like no, the, this is
Like
the
brick for
game.
brick.
Yeah.
Yep.
You wanted Silent Hill 2 but prettier, and we're giving it to you. Well,
Right.
prettier and with better voice acting. So,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
um,
that tracks.
I'll
yeah.
take that.
So, yeah, I think it's really cool. I think if you're a fan of Silent Hill 2, or any of that kind of game, you'll love the shit out of it. If you like the older style of survival horror, minus like tank controls going away. Well, actually, they're still in the game. I just don't use them.
Right.
Yeah, no. I've always been more of an action horror person. I love, Dead Space, RE4, but even I'm enjoying this game.
That's
So,
cool. Good. Man, I just saw some. I saw some of that Dead Space remake gameplay. You know, just it was trending on the internet somewhere where you the player was looking at like just the environment and noticed that Isaac's head was turned to the right and
Mhm.
down, and the player's like, "Why are you?" He turns and just sees like a dark ground that he's on. What are you looking at? He looked back at the environment, and then he looked back to where he was looking, and he aimed his light, and it was a corpse, and he shot it, and it jumped up, and I was like, "Man, fucking Dead Space is so goddamn cool." Oh,
That's actually
what a
so.
fantastic horror game.
So my girlfriend and I have a bunch of horror games we're planning to play together.
Yeah.
We're currently going through Silent Hill 2 and Last of Us 2.
Okay.
Nice,
Um,
nice.
and I think Dead Space is next on the list.
God,
We're gonna
Dead
do the
Space.
remake.
What a game.
You should play the remake. It's dope. It's a dope game. I think it might
It
be on
looks
Game
dope.
Pass. I think that one actually is on Game Pass.
Let me check
So,
that. I'll check it right now.
yeah, it's because it's part of the EA Play thing that they have with it. So
Oh, is it?
Mm.
Well, then probably make that the last game I play here at this place. Is
that's a
to
perfect season for it.
Halloween week. Let's play some Dead Space. Still got Exoprimal Dead installed. I will never uninstall it.
I also still have that installed on my Xbox. Exoprimal's still there, still living on.
Yep. Let's see. There
Um,
it is. Hell yeah.
yeah, it's a good one, man. Um,
Hell yeah. All right. Cool.
yeah. So yeah, I and then I did not get around to playing it, but I have the demo downloaded, and I really want to buy it after seeing all this footage and reading the reviews. Metaphor Re Fantasio.
People are talking about this game right now.
They
Yeah,
are, and
yeah,
it's crazy.
yeah. So this is the new game by the Persona people. And it is basically the way I've had it described to me is it's yo dog, do you want to play Persona but in a fantasy setting?
That sounds
Sure.
cool.
Here you go. Here
That sounds cool to me.
it is Persona in a fantasy setting with a whole bunch of fantasy racism.
As yeah, it happens.
Uh, I mean, it happens in almost every fantasy universe. I've actually noticed.
Yep.
Makes sense in a world with like essentially different species almost.
Mm-hmm.
That are all sentient and upright. So
What
yeah,
do your elf eyes see? You just think because I got elf eyes, I can just see anything, huh? We're
uh,
fucking racist.
uh.
Goddamn asshole Aragorn. Anyway,
um, yeah. I'm gonna play the prologue soon, and then I might pick up a copy. Like it very much seems my vibe. I've unfortunately put myself in that position that I do on some years where like I got busy with other shit. So now for the last quarter of the year, it's like, boy howdy, I hope I'm ready to beat like 8 video games before I make my game of the year list. This is gonna be cool.
yep. Good luck.
um,
No, I saw a video of that and I was like, that looks really cool. I ain't got time, but I wish the best.
I'm gonna have time soon. Like that's the thing. Like we're at the light at the end of the tunnel for the house. Like it's gonna be soon.
Mm.
Uh,
Well, I'm looking forward to y'all's thoughts.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Anyway,
Yeah.
M. Let's see. It looks like you played Astrobot, Dreamlight Valley, and Speedstorm. Could those have any big updates, or what's the
Um,
haps?
so there's
Give
a new
us
season for Speed.
hold on. Give us the Disney recap. Give us the Disney.
Um,
What is happening in the Disney live service games?
New season for Speedstorm
Okay,
to
Okay.
coincide with Halloween. It is Nightmare Before Christmas.
makes sense.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, your racers are Oogie, Jack,
Mhm.
Sally, and Dr.
Mhm.
Finkelstein.
All right.
Oh, all
So
right.
I think I've already unlocked Jack. I'm almost unlocked the Good Doctor, so probably play some more of that later. Um, new update with Dreamlight Valley. We have 2 new characters, Timon and Pumbaa, which is one
Oh
that
yeah,
fans have been asking for like months.
good.
So
Sure, yeah. I'm
it's
down.
gonna be tricky to get those 2 because you have to have one of your characters at max friendship level
Mhm.
before you can unlock them.
Oh damn. All
So
right.
it's a little bit of a grinding process for some of us, which
As
it's
Well,
okay. It's Simba. It's fine.
it's worth it.
It's worth it. Exactly.
long as as long
Um,
as they sing the songs, that's what I want.
if they do, if they do, I will let you know. You do get to hear the music in, I think if it's in Simba and Nala's home, I think you hear it. I can't remember. But yeah, I will let you know if that's the case. With
All right.
Astrobot, though, I'm like 2/3 of the way done with the game.
Oh.
I'm on the second to last boss fight.
Ooh.
Yeah, which that chameleon is a bitch. Swear to God.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
I'm
And I'm down to my final 100 bots that I need to find.
nice. That's a game I want to get back to. I'm
So,
kind of at the yeah, I'm kind of at the point where looking forward to The Office being done so that way like can just beeline PS5 games like crazy. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually we're getting the kitchen done today. Fun fact.
hey,
All right.
Yeah,
let's
get
go.
the handyman gonna be over at 1 to start measuring and installing. So, it's gonna be cool.
Very good.
We're a hanging thing for pots and pans, a board that pops out of the side of the wall, so that way we have more counter space. It's basically a
Good,
makeshift
Nice.
counter.
good.
Yeah, big fan. So, all right,
All
Yeah,
good
that
things.
sounds fantastic.
yeah. All right. Well, thanks. Thanks for the update, Em. I'm looking forward to getting further ahead in Astrobot. That game is cool. Honestly,
It's so good.
right now, all I can think about is Sparking Zero.
Yeah, I don't
That's
blame you.
Valid.
it's so
And then
good.
I'm gonna say this out. I'm gonna say this out loud for myself to put pressure on myself to actually play it for next week. I bought a little
Mhm.
indie game called Echo Point Nova,
Okay.
which is made by the people who made another small game called game I can't remember the name of. Good job, Aaron. Good job, Aaron's brain remembering that. Severed Steel. It's just an
Oh, that
actiony
game was
game, and
sick. I love Severed
yeah.
Steel.
So they made a new one, and it's got the action, except now you're riding on a board too.
Oh,
And I
cool.
was like, oh, okay, understood. So I
This
bought
is
it,
made just
and
for
I
me.
will. I will. Yeah, I'm really stoked. I have seen minimal footage, but it's like from the Severed Steel people, which is a game I've wanted to check out because the game looks really cool. And then yeah, they add a board element, and so I'm like, all right, yeah, no, bought. And then I am saying this now because between now and next podcast, I'm going to play some so we can talk about it.
Good.
Yeah. So that's it. All
All right.
right. Is that a show?
That's a show.
I think it
Good,
is.
good, nice week,
Woo.
everybody. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Is anything exciting happening in the next week that we know of?
I'm just been playing a bunch of games and working. My guild
It's
inches ever
another week.
closer. My guild inches ever closer to AOTC. So looking forward to that.
Good.
All right.
All right.
All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back this week. I know that I want to do that RE6 stream. Was gonna do it last week. Was completely exhausted by the end of work, and I just passed out. But hopefully this week for the RE6 stream. Podcast next week. All that fun stuff. Bye. We love
Yep.
you.
See ya.